Welcome. I'm Marty Storm. Welcome to my outside living room in the forest. I want to take you on a little journey today to explore something in a way that I've never done before, and I'm really curious how it works for you. It's an exploration into your body, into your energy, and into your creative expression. And this journey will be about 45 minutes long, so it's important to have some time to focus on the exercise in a way that you're not going to be interrupted. And so perhaps a private room or a time when people are out of the house, so nobody's going to come through. And you can really spend the time and attention on yourself and going deeply within in the container that is being provided here in this video. I'm going to be here as a video to guide you through the process, but a lot of the work will be done, I'll be inviting you anyway to close your eyes and to go within. And so you don't feel like you have to watch me during this video. My voice will guide you. I'd like to take a moment to let you know the materials that you need to have on hand before you begin this exercise. I'd like you to have art supplies. I'm recommending a drawing pad, maybe 18 by 24 inches or thereabouts, something quite large, bigger than your journal. It can be bigger than that as well, it's fine. Colorful materials to work with. These are the pastels. You can also work with chalk. You can work with, I like the twistable crayons, I think work quite well. Please also have your journal and a pen. So many of you know that I'm a breath worker, which I've been doing for the past 13 years now, supporting people with this modality. We're doing just a little short demo, just a little taste of it, whereas a breathwork session would normally be, at least the work I do, would normally be an hour long. So we're really going deeply carried into this space inside ourselves through the breath. And what we're doing today is just tasting like what it's like to open this portal into the body through the breath. So with this kind of breath work, we're going to be doing some gentle breathing. We're not going to do fast, rapid breathing to cause any kind of hyperventilation or cut off oxygen to your head. There's nothing like that happening. It's actually kind of the reverse. We're actually helping ourselves calm down enough with the breath that we can really sense our subtle energy field inside our own bodies. And with that, there can be all kinds of experiences, and there can be some lightheadedness or dizziness. But is that oxygen is actually something really healing. That's why when you're in the hospital and you're maybe not doing so well, they put some oxygen under your nose to help you to get enough oxygen into your body. Breath is the invitation to breathe ourselves down into our whole body and to breathe down into all of our body. So that breath looks like this. It's through the mouth. This is very important. Many different types of breath work out there. Breath work's been happening for thousands of years. This kind of breath work, we just do, there's no controlled aspect to it. It's just a deep, full inhale, and it is through the mouth, unlike the yogic breath. So it's like this. So it's a continuous breath. Notice there's no pause. So I'm allowing oxygen to flow in a rhythmic fashion into my body. It's 15-20 minutes. We're going to breathe. I'm going to be inviting you to close your eyes and to allow your breath to carry you to wherever wants to be seen or experienced inside your body. You might notice things as you breathe. You might notice tingling sensation. Like I mentioned, you might notice a little bit of a lightheadedness. That could be just the oxygen coming into your body physically, moving a little bit of energy in your body as that oxygen floods into that space. It can be tingly, and that's totally normal. So trust that whatever your sensations are, that's your body talking to you, and it's worth investigating what your body has to say. So if there is a lot of tingling like in your hands, it's worth asking your hands. And I suggest one hand at a time. Ask your hand, wow, what's the energy here in my hand? You know, is there a thought? Is there a belief? Is there an emotion, an image, a memory? It could be many different things. what's happening right there in my hand. And sometimes just the awareness of it, like going, oh, that's what it is. Sometimes that will just free up the energy. And that's even that tingling might completely shift. That just gives you one little idea. That's just talking to your body, that some people are more imaginal and they might find themselves kind of going on a journey and seeing things. Maybe it's in their past, their childhood. Maybe it's something else completely imaginal, feeling like they're traveling on the spiritual realms. That happens too. Sometimes people kind of go into an altered state even and drop into a really deep realm. And if nothing else, even if you just lay here and if just breathing for 20 minutes in a deep way is really healing, because the breath is actually really detoxing. And the piece that's going to follow the breath is going to be a little bit of expressive arts. And I think we're all pretty familiar with that from our class that we had, but it's going to be a little bit different the way I'm going to lead you through it. And just find out what's come through you in the moment from the guidance when we get to that part. Okay? So I trust that you've done what you need to do to have a quiet place, not be interrupted for the next period of time that we have together, and that you have your art materials and you have your journal and your pen, and that you also have a pillow and a blanket ready to go. You're all comfortable and laying down. So here we go. I'm going to invite you to breathe deeply through your mouth. So full inhale and exhale. No pause between the two. Big breaths. Allowing the energy to flow into your body with each breath. Flowing all the way through your body. Flowing all the way down to your feet. Allowing the chakra on the bottom of your feet to open. Which you have them down there on the soles of your feet, just allowing them to open. Feeling your connection to the earth as you breathe. And allow your energy to flow out your feet into the earth. Or if you wish, you can breathe that earth energy up through your feet. Allowing yourself to be carried and held by the earth below you. And as you breathe, big full inhales, exhales, as much as you comfortably can, noticing if there's any constrictions there. If you're finding yourself just breathing in a little bit here, try to go a little deeper. And noticing the constriction, noticing if it's a little bit challenging. And again, it's not like this. It's not a forced exhale. You don't want to. That's too strong, and that will make you dizzy and cause you to hyperventilate a little bit. So just relaxed inhales and exhales. It's just an even flow in, even flow out. I notice if you're trying a little too hard to be a little too slow and smooth like this. You might actually fall asleep. So I invite you to bring in a little more energy than that. An analogy that works is, imagine you're swimming and you're coming up for air. So there's nothing too forced about it. There's nothing too vigorous about it, and yet it is a little more vigorous than if you're just sitting here or laying down and sleeping or resting. You're wanting to have a little more vigor, a little more energy in there. Because that will help the energy get moving. Big full breaths and allowing, if you will, the top of your head to open. Imagining, if it helps, a lotus flower on top of your head. The petals be slowly opening one by one. And gently turning. And it helps open the channel on the top of your head. Allowing the energy from the cosmos, from the sky, from the universe to come in through the top of your head. Like a conduit, you're opening from the top to the bottom of your body, allowing your breath to flow through your whole body. Not just your lungs here, but your whole body flowing in from the top of your head down to your feet. Allowing you to be the place that the sky and earth meets, and you're held by both. Big full breaths. Breathing deeply into your body. If you haven't already, close your eyes. Feel into your own body, your own physical space, feeling your own emotional body, your own energy body. Big full breaths. Continuing with your breath, I'm going to say a prayer for you as you begin your journey. Just to set the intention, just to help you drop deeper within. And it's not inviting you to believe anything at all. It's just setting an intention between us and the universe and all of our helpers out there and whatever dimensions that they exist on. So take some big breaths, keep breathing, even though I'm going to stop with that breathing pattern. Please continue to breathe in that same way. I call upon the divine to fill the space between us in all time, to be present for each person right now, each person that's breathing, to hold them in compassionate love, helping each of them feel their connection to the divine. I call in the helper spirits and highest guides of each person to be present in the room with them at this time, to hold them in your love, to help them with whatever wants to be witnessed or seen or felt or experienced during this time today. We ask for your support. Thank you. And I call on all of my guides to come be present too, in assisting this session in any time and any space, to be there to help. Thank you. All blessings. Keep breathing. Big full breaths. We have a little bit longer to go. Keep going for your breath. Big full breaths. Big full breaths. Big full breaths. Big full breaths. And if there's no sensations happening that you're really aware of, make sure you're breathing fully down into all your body parts, breathing down into your belly, breathing down into your hips, breathing down into your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet. Just coming to breathing into all your body and engaging your breath with your whole body. So big full breaths. Big breaths. And noticing what's happening in your own body. Perhaps there's a tingling sensation. Perhaps there's a tightness. Perhaps there's a constriction in your breath that you're finding it difficult to breathe all the way into. Just noticing. Whatever it is that you're noticing, I invite you to breathe into it. And ask yourself the question, is there anything my body is communicating with me here? Anything my body wants to tell me? And be open to an answer. Could be a word, could be a feeling, could be an imaginal story, it could be a memory. And if nothing comes, let it go. It's important not to try to hold on to anything here during this experience. It's a matter of asking a question of inquiry into yourself, seeing if an answer is ready to be heard, and letting it go. If it's not ready to be seen, it's not the time. That's okay. So keep breathing, big full breaths. Just following the rhythm of breath deeply into your own body. There's another place that's talking to you. Another place you're noticing your attention is being drawn to. Could be anywhere in your body. Could also be a thought going around in your head. What is my body wanting me to see right now? Let's pull this thread and see if it goes a little deeper. Is this a current story or is this an old story? It's a sensation, a familiar sensation. If it's a familiar sensation and perhaps an old sensation, when is the first time I remember this happening, this feeling, or this emotion that I'm experiencing, or this thought that I'm having? What's the earliest memory? What am I doing in this early memory? How am I feeling? Is there something happening? And who's it with? Just feeling into it and breathing. How old am I? Who else is there? What did I internalize from the experience? Is there a decision I made about life? Is there a decision I made about people or my parents? Is there a decision I made about myself? And to notice whatever this decision may be is being made from a child's point of view, someone a little less experienced than you are now. And is it possible that this child's view may not be the most expansive view? What was you trying to figure out the world? You trying to understand love, trying to understand your parents. And whatever that decision might have been, that emotional response might have been, big full breaths. I invite you to give some love to yourself, to have some compassion for yourself, this really young part of you. So if you're seeing this young part of you in your mind's eye, direct some compassion to yourself. That of course you felt this way. You were really young and trying to figure things out. Or of course you decided that because you didn't have a whole lot to go on back then. You were trying to sort things out. What's important to notice is whatever's stuck in your body is not a place of expansiveness or openness. So this is telling your body communicating with you, hey, I'm holding something here. So it may not be in alignment with my deeper truth or who I am or who I want to be or who my innate nature is. By bringing some love and compassion to yourself and helping that really young part of you see then maybe that's not the truth of how things are. It's just how they seemed at that age. So taking some big breaths to whatever that decision or thought or memory might be. I invite you to let it go, bringing in some love for yourself. Big breaths. Noticing if there's any other parts of your body that feel contracted in any way. Any other parts of your body talking to you that are now saying they want to be seen or met. And if you're having this a somatic experience of buzzing or just lots of energy moving without memories or thoughts, that's okay too. Keep breathing and trusting your own process is yours. You are supported on the energetic realms by your helpers, so you're not alone. Keep breathing. If there's a lot of tingling or physical sensations happening, again, you can ask yourself, what's this energy about? And trusting whatever is meant to happen right now is happening for you. And it's all good. That energy is moving whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So big full breaths. Big breaths. We have ravens talking to us here now during the session. Perhaps they're communicating something for you. You can always open to asking that raven energy what it's communicating at this time. Making all kinds of noises. Big breaths. You might be feeling you could be feeling a rush of energy or an exhilaration to your experience. It's all good. You can open up to light or to blissful energies if that's what you're feeling. You can open to love, which is what surrounds you and surrounds all human beings and all life, really. It runs between all of us. Wherever you are in your journey, you might be asking yourself something, and I want you to work on bringing that to a close. Whatever wants to happen, whatever your body wants to communicate with you, let it communicate now. So big full breaths. big breaths. You don't have to resolve all of the contractions or constrictions or buzzing feeling in your body at this time. This is just a little taste. So there's a few final big breaths. Letting energy move however it's moving for you. There could be some emotions happening. It's okay to let tears fall. And now, wanting you to come to a close with your breath. We're going to still breathe, but we're not going to breathe in this deep, rhythmic way. So you do kind of continue breathing, but we'll move to normal breathing. So letting your breath fall towards a normal rhythm. Your eyes can still be closed. And I want you to rest here in this space. I invite you, if you can, to roll onto your side and just rest. Allowing yourself to just feel whatever you're feeling. Allowing yourself to notice whatever's happening inside your body. Again, this was just a little taste, so if you were going really deep at that point that I brought you back, I want you to still start coming back and noticing there might be some more work there to do that was opening up from that taste. And so it's time to come back for this particular exercise. So opening your eyes and moving to an upright position. If you can, if you have to stay on the ground, you're feeling really deep in your process, that's okay too. But get your art materials and turn over in such a way that you can be expressive with them. And I want to invite you to touch in on something from your experience breathing. So from this little journey that you're just on, you can touch in on how you're feeling right now. Going to the colors and seeing what color is feeling like what you're feeling right now, and just play with it on your page, like whatever shape or form, but to let the feelings of where you're at right now come out. And some of you might have a really strong image from something in your journey. Go ahead and play with those images. Go ahead and play with those feelings. What I want to invite you to do, though, is to really touch in as you pick up each color and make sure it's the color that feels right, It doesn't have to make any sense. If you think you can't draw something, I invite you to go ahead and allow yourself that you do know how. And it can come out just the way it wants to come out. I invite you to surrender judgment around how it comes out. So whatever you're drawing right now, and I do want you to already be drawing. So allowing whatever wants to be expressed to come out. Could be however you're feeling. Could be joyful, could be sad, could be angry. Whatever it is, touching in to yourself. If you're not quite sure what to create at this time, just touch it and say, okay, how's my body feeling? Is it feeling expansive? Okay, can I draw this expansive feeling with color? Or is it feeling contracted? Or am I feeling like, oh, I'm really stirred up? Can I draw that stirred up? Wherever you're at, I invite you to let that out with color and shapes. So just keep doing that. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. We have a total of about 10 minutes, so I want you to really go for it. Not worry so much about perfection. Also, if you have the time for it, by all means, perfect your piece. You can always come back to it too after the end of the recording. So keep going for it. So let your intuition speak to you, let your feelings speak to you, let your body speak to you. So a few more minutes. Keep working with that expression. Letting your intuition talk to you. Really get into whatever it is you're feeling in your body. If you're drawing a blank by any chance, I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment and just feel, what do I notice in my body? What do I notice? Oh. So keep going. And if you're feeling a lot of energy in your body, using your whole body, if that feels good. It's safe to be fully expressive with this work. If that's where you're at and you're feeling a lot of strong emotions, it can be very helpful for getting the emotions out. Remember, you don't have to show this to anybody. This can be private. You can draw whatever you want. So no subject is taboo. Let it all out. Whatever wants to happen. And really go for it. Just a couple more minutes of this creative part. So let it all come out, whatever wants to be expressed. Just meeting yourself right where you're at. And you're doing fine. You know, I can't go wrong here. Just keep dropping into listening to yourself and what you feel. By constantly checking in with what feels right to your body. So, wrapping up what you're working on right now. Don't have to be done, but just for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to bring that to a close. You can come back to it if you're not feeling finished. for this final little piece for our exercise here, I want to invite you, if you would, to put down your art materials and to get your journal and your pen. If you would, take a few minutes and write about your experience. Like, what did you notice? What was of interest to you? What were you surprised by? Was there anything that came through for you that was significant? A memory or an experience? Or I'm going to give you a few minutes for that. A couple more minutes. You want to finish up with your writing. I'm bring it to a close. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to hearing your experience and if anything came up for you, or if this was a transformative experience or not for you. So I look forward to seeing all of you again soon and hearing how this was for you. Blessings and thank you.